Well, 5 days later, Byron Randall Road has finally been cleared out, but as you can see all around me here in this area, there's still extensive damage to deal with. Now the DPW and local neighbors doing their best to clean up.
It'll go on like infinity. It will never end.
With his dad's help, John Gustonian cleaned up his Byron Randall Road property for the 5th straight day. His home unharmed in Friday's tornado, but the lawn still riddled with trees and debris.
Saturday on, basically, it was just, cleanup. I had the power wash the house. I had gunk all over the house from the storm. Yeah. And it's just a matter of hauling all the debris out of here.
John showed us backyard where he thinks the tornado touched down Friday and ripped its own pathway through his property. After finding shelter inside that morning, he found dozens of trees scattered around his house.
At least 50. They were either popped out of the ground, uprooted, or the tops were blown off.
Completely popped up out of the ground.
Yeah.
A before and after picture of that backyard shows just how severe Friday's storm was for neighbors. Their personal cleanups now in full swing. And down the road, their cars are able to get through thanks to Scituate's DPW and other local businesses, chipping wood and clearing debris.
When I got here, though, I was in awe. I've never seen anything quite like this. It was just, like a bomb went off over there. It's like walking into a war zone. So
Joe Kohler's tree service and others on scene are clearing anything within 10 feet of the road, but haven't dealt with destruction to this scale.
It's overwhelming. We work for 8 hours every day, 9 hours, and by the end of the day, it's like, we only got 150 feet or so, but, we fill the truck 5 times. It takes like 40 minutes to fill the truck. That's it. It's a week's worth of work, at least.
It's the same story for John, who's only had half his trees removed and still plenty of cleanup to get back to normal.
Been pretty bad.
How many hours of work have you put in?
Well, it's every day, probably 10 or 12 hours a day. As long as it's light, I'm out here.
In Scituate, I'm Daniel Coates, ABC 6 News.